Thank you. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'd like to start by thanking the YMCA for inviting me to the Youth Led Solutions Summit on a topic that is very close to my heart, the future of work. Thank you to all the participants and colleagues joining us here today, especially young people. The future of work is a complex topic to speak about because it's changing so quickly. You may have heard the world we're living in described as VUCA, which stands for volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. I think that's a powerful articulation of our current reality, particularly post COVID. New technologies, demographic shifts, and the impact of COVID-19 on the labor market have radically transformed how organizations conduct business and the type of skills they need in their workforce. According to the World Economic Forum, nearly 50% of companies expect that by next year, automation will lead to a reduction in their full-time workforce, while more than half of all their employees will require significant reskilling and upskilling. And career progression is no longer a linear exercise either. The average person currently changes careers 5 to 7 times during their life. And according to LinkedIn, as a young worker, you're likely to change jobs 4 times in your first 10 years after graduation. The nature of work has fundamentally changed as well. McKinsey is predicting that by the end of 2021, gig jobs will actually outnumber traditional 9 to 5 office-based jobs. And by 2027, up to 60% of the workforce will consist of freelance professionals. With these profound and irreversible changes on the horizon, we have to take action. We need to invest in large-scale, job-relevant skilling and reform our education systems to ensure young people are learning the skills they will need to thrive. We are living through a fundamental transformation in the way we work. Automation and thinking machines are replacing human tasks and jobs and changing the skills that organizations are seeking from their employees. And the pace of change is accelerating. Competition for the right talent and the top talent is fierce. And talent is defined by a totally different skill set than it was 10 years ago. Many of the roles, skills, and job titles of tomorrow are unknown to us today. So, how can organizations prepare for a future that few of us can define? How will talent changes needs? And how can young generations prepare for what's ahead? This isn't a time to sit back and wait for events to unfold. To be prepared for the future of work, we have to try to anticipate it and then prepare for it. On the plus side, the pandemic has accelerated trends that have been a long time coming, including the digitization of workplaces, emergence of the platform economy, expansion of remote and flexible work options, and online education. There are extraordinary opportunities in digital skill building and global platforms that are emerging, offering young people around the globe access to world-class learning. But we still have much work to do to bridge the digital divide and ensure that all young people are connected to the internet. But there's good news. There's lots of very smart people and organizations researching what the future of work looks like. And they believe that the future of work will likely demand a broad variety of skills. According to the World Economic Forum, the top skills for 2025 are critical thinking, analytical thinking, innovation, problem solving, creativity, leadership, resilience, communication, and digital literacy. Not surprisingly, this list is full of deeply human capabilities, which are not easily replaceable by an algorithm or by a machine. And they're skills that every one of us can learn. And that's why I believe the future is full of opportunity for young people. There are so many skills and capabilities that are uniquely human, and those are the skills that we need to cultivate. But the reality is that many education systems are not cultivating these skills. There's a fundamental mismatch between the skills young people are learning and the skills the future demands. We need to close that skills mismatch, and that means attacking multiple issues at multiple levels at the same time, including delivering universal access to connectivity and devices to all young people, developing globally recognized skills-based credentials and certifications, offering self-paced and immersive digital learning opportunities, encouraging immersive, hands-on learning. And there are many pathways to these outcomes: formal education, private sector sponsored skills-based training, internships, and apprenticeships. So, where do we go from here? We know we need to act now. This isn't about some far future of work. Change is happening and it's accelerating. I believe we need to focus on people, not on jobs. We can't protect jobs which are being made redundant by technology, but we can help people, specifically young people, prepare for the jobs of the future. We need to nurture resilience, adaptability, and a passion for lifelong upskilling and reskilling. But there are no easy answers. The global scale and complexity of challenges faced by young people means that no single government, organization, foundation, or business can address them on their own. We have to work together across public and private sector boundaries, despite the fact that incentives are often misaligned. And we have to join forces with young people and civil society to transform the systems that hold young people back from reaching their full potential. At Generation Unlimited, the organization I lead, we are on a mission to do just that, to enable all young people wherever they live to realize their full potential by skilling and connecting the world's 1.8 billion young people to opportunities for employment, entrepreneurship, and social impact. Generation Unlimited is a public-private youth partnership. We call ourselves the world's first PPYP, currently operating in 47 countries across 7 regions, that rallies major private sector corporations, governments, heads of state, CEOs, civil society organizations, UN agencies, multilateral development banks, and most importantly, young people themselves. And I'm proud to say that together in partnership with our public, private, and youth partners, we've co-created many globally scalable programs to empower young people. We've partnered with Microsoft to train and certify 10 million young people in 15 countries. In Brazil, we're working with a coalition of 85 private sector partners to connect 1 million young people with job opportunities. And in India, we're working with PwC to upskill 300 million young people for the future of work. And these are just a few examples of many programs. But one thing is consistent. In every partnership we build at Generation Unlimited, we bring the public and the private sector together as partners to prepare young people for the future of work. We do not believe that solutions sit within the public or the private sector. They sit in cooperation, in collaboration between them. But GenU is a partnership that's steered by young people because young people understand the challenges they face and the future they want to create. Keeping young people at the center of everything that GenU does has been a critical driver of our success and impact. I believe deeply in GenU's strategic vision as a catalyzer of public-private youth partnerships around young people. And I call on public and private sector leaders and young people to join forces to accelerate action and sustain investment so we can jointly deliver transformative impact on a global scale. Close collaboration between young people, education innovators, policymakers, and businesses, with a focus on skills as the core currency of the labor market, will deliver positive impact for business, for youth, for communities, and for nations. We need to increase the urgency and enhance the speed of reform. And most importantly, we need to keep young people at the center of it all. After all, and to put it in GenU terms, it's your time, it's your turn, and it's your future. Thank you.